Hey guys, it's Miss Casares. Welcome back. So we continue to learn more from the Diary of Anne Frank. We are currently in scene 5. We come to the first stop, which is our language conventions. We're going to annotate in our textbook. To use correct capitalization, you need to capitalize the name of religions, religious texts, and important symbols or artifacts. Review paragraph 594 and highlight these words that are capitalized. Then identify into which category or group does each word fall. Note that many religions also capitalize words to show respect for their deity. What other words are capitalized in paragraph 595? From paragraph 595 all the way to paragraph 622. Memory moment. Notice and note, review paragraph 610 to 622 and highlight the memory moment that Margot has. Then, how does Margot's memory relate to what Anne does the next in the play? Paragraph 623, all the way to paragraph 656. Analyze drama. In the stage directions, highlight the gift that Anne gives her father. Now, connect this gift. How is the scarf connected to Act 1, Scene 1, and why is it important for the audience to make this connection? Paragraph 657, all the way to paragraph 722. Reread stage directions in paragraph 722. Identify 2 key events, one downstairs and one in the annex. Underline the details describing the sounds downstairs and highlight the details about what causes noise in the annex. Once you do that, it's time to find the cause and effect. What has just happened? What effects could these events have on future events in the plot? We have a close read video. Oops, sorry.
Van Dan, under his breath. God Almighty! The only light left comes from the Hanukkah candle. Dussel comes from his room. Mr. Frank creeps over to the stairwell and stands listening. The dog is heard barking excitedly. Do you hear anything? Mr. Frank, in a whisper. No, I think they've gone. Mrs. Van Dan. It's the Green Police. They've found us.
So, just before this, there was a long bit of stage direction describing their Hanukkah celebration ending when a noise downstairs makes everyone freeze.
This is a real switch in the action of the scene. I notice Mr. Van Dan speaks under his breath and Mr. Frank whispers, pretty clear signs of fear in the moment.
It's a real change in the mood for the whole play, really. The reason they're in the attic is to hide from the Nazis, but this is the first time there's a real possibility of being found.
And you have this coming together of the characters. Dussel comes out, Mr. Frank creeps to the stairwell, and a sense that everyone is listening intently. The loudest thing is the dog downstairs.
Yeah, that dog barking adds to the tension of the moment. It barks excitedly, which is kind of nerve-wracking if you're already scared.
I noticed the playwright is using a lot of sound. First the crash downstairs, then the crash of Peter falling, now the barking. In contrast to the extreme quiet in the apartment, I can imagine this being very tense on stage.
Right, and there was tension just before this too. The arguing about Peter's cat, Anne trying to smooth things over with a song, but what really pulls them together is this sudden shared danger.
The stage directions also mention that the only light comes from the candle, so you can imagine complete darkness except for the faint glow.
And it's a Hanukkah candle. I think that's significant because they're hiding out for their lives, and the only light they have is coming from a celebration of their faith. So Mrs. Van Dan says, they found us, and Mr. Frank says, if they had, they wouldn't have left. They'd be up here by now. Mrs. Van Dan, I know it's the Green Police. They've gone to get help, that's all. They'll be back. Mr. Van Dan. Or it may have been the Gestapo, looking for papers.
It's interesting that Mrs. Van Dan thinks the Green Police might have gone to get help. Like maybe they need backup?
Maybe. We read a little bit about the Green Police before this, about them taking people away.
And Anne woke everyone up with her nightmare about the Green Police coming to take her.
I'm a little confused about Mr. Van Dan saying, or it may have been the Gestapo, because I'm not sure what the difference is between the Green Police and the Gestapo.
I've read that the Green Police were the regular uniformed officers before and during World War II. The Nazis slowly took over the Green Police, so they were feared even in Amsterdam.
The Gestapo then were the official secret police of the Nazi Party?
Right. A visit from either of them could have had terrifying consequences.
Okay, so I hope that video helped guide you through where we were at this moment. Alrighty. So from
Mr. Van Daan, under his breath. God Almighty. The only light left comes from the Hanukkah candle. Dussel comes from his room. Mr. Frank creeps over to the stairwell and stands listening. The dog is heard barking excitedly. Do you hear anything?
So, yeah. Anyway, I hope that video helped clear things up a little bit for you guys. Now we come to paragraph 767, analyze plot development. Annotate in paragraph 758 to 768, underline Mrs. Frank's explanation for what caused the noise downstairs. Highlight Mr. Dussel's fears about what will happen as a result of this. Then it's time to predict. Remember that when a writer hints at future events, it's called foreshadowing. Do you think the playwrights are foreshadowing what will actually happen in the future? That the annex residents will be caught because of the thief? Explain your prediction. That's kind of a personal opinion, so there's no real wrong answer to that. Paragraph 768, all the way to 784, where we have analyze drama. Review paragraph 775 to 784. Highlight details in the stage directions that reveal how the characters sing the Hanukkah song. Interpret that. How does the gradual change in the way the characters are singing reveal their feelings? How does this change affect the mood or emotional atmosphere at the end of Act 1? So this is the end of Act 1. We've gotten more than halfway through the story. It's time to check your understanding. Answer these questions before moving to analyze the text. A major difference in Mr. Frank between Scene 1 and Scene 2 is that at Scene 1, A, he feels gratitude for the help provided by meat GIs. B, he is overwhelmed by a mix of grief and bitterness. C, he wishes that he had taken his family out of Amsterdam. D, he is haunted by the memories of life in the concentration camp. Hit the button that you think is the right answer, and then hit the check button to see if you got it correct. Also remember to take your screenshot, please. 2, in Act 1, the dialogue between Anne and Peter reveals that F, they have a number of things in common. D, they did not have many friends when they were at school. H, Anne looks up to Peter because he is a few years older. J, Anne is lively, sociable, but Peter is shy and awkward. Pick an answer, hit the check button, and see if you got it correct. Check for understanding. The arrival of Mr. Dussel increases tension because blank, the annex residents do not trust strangers. B, Dussel insists on having his own room. C, Dussel is not used to being around children. D, there is barely enough food for everyone. Hit an answer, hit the check button, see if you got it right, take a screenshot, and then hit this check button to send it in. Now, one way that I thought it would be nice for us to take a quick review on what we've learned so far, we are going to be using word wall this week. And I am going to have you guys pick one of these random ways of creating a review for your classmates and yourselves to see how much they've been paying attention to the story. Well, that was great, guys. I can't wait to see you in class. Have a great day. Bye.